All right, so we have this problem. I'll kind of give you a backup of what it looks like here. I mean, doesn't look very good. Let's get you back. So I just hate scratches and dents on my cars. My daughter did this about a year ago, and I've been putting it off and putting it off, and I just can't stand looking at it. I've got the paint to touch it up. So today we're going to go ahead and sand this out. And have to repaint the whole. I'm going to go ahead and break it right here. And you could say, well, you could look down here and you could say, well, this connects down here. No, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and mask off around here and do a little blend right there. And what I'm going to do is sand all this with the whole door with 800 grit. And then I'm probably just going to go ahead and leave the door handle on. I know I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to leave the door handle on, clean up around that. That's a little bit of stuff here. So I got to get that off of there. I can't paint over that. And then sand this as best I can and sand this in here. And then should I clear over the door handle? Maybe. I might do that too. I'm going to clear this whole area. Okay. I'm going to sand out this scratch, spray and blend. Before I spray my color, I'm going to actually put blending clear, which is like they call it a wet bed. We'll go over the specific products on this, what I'm using, a little bit later. But first I'm going to go ahead and sand that out and we'll start from there. I'm going to sand up a little 180. I forgot I had this little sander. These things are kind of handy, but I'm switching up to 400. I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with that. All right, so I've got this Velcro 1000. And I'm just going to go ahead and sand all around the area right now so I can prime this. So I'm using a minigun so I don't make too much mess. I'm outside, so I'm not going to use the respirator. I'm not hardly making any. It's blowing far away from me. I'll just let that dry, come back, put several coats on. All right, so the product is a high build DTM urethane. I could use a spray can, but a lot of times the spray cans on silver will shrink. And if I have a primer shrinkage issue, it'll really show up on that silver. So anyway, we're just gonna let that dry and we'll come back and mask the panel off and start sanding the whole thing. What I'm going to do while this is kind of fresh is I'm just going to take some gun cleaner and a wiping cloth here and just wipe off all the excess overspray. A lot of times I'll just mask it all off, but since this was all kind of in an area that was kind of by itself, I was like, well, why not just go ahead and get it drying. So I'm going to wipe all this off here, and I'm going to wipe it all off again. And again, this is just gun cleaner. I'm just cleaning off any of the stuff that the overspray from just spraying that little bit. Really isn't much on here, but just get it all nice and clean. Nice wiping cloth, and then I'll go ahead and sand this once this is dry. Mask it off and sand it down, and mask it off first, and then I'll sand it down, and then that'll be the final sand. And I'll clean the rubber here because again, I'm just going to mask this. This is a repair, so we're not looking to, you know, take all the rubber out and all that stuff, which is probably the right way to do it, but You know, this car is not perfect, so we're just kind of doing a quick little repair. All right, let's let that dry, and I'll see you guys a little later. All right, this is a household hand masker. I forget this one made by QM Professional 5000. I don't know. I usually use the 3M one, but I have this one with paper on it, so, and it works okay. The 3M one's a little bit better in some ways. In some ways, this one's a little better. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start masking everything. All right, I'm buzzing this down with 1000. All right, we'll block the body work area with 400 and 600. Now I'm going to take my 1000 and scuff down all the corners and edges and everything I couldn't get with the sander. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use some red Scotch-Brite. Solvent wash with some anti-silicone. Use Sprayway glass cleaner as my non-solvent wash. Now what I do is, this is a clear blender, and what you do is, people call this a wet bed sometimes, and what you do is you want to spray the area and the blend area with this product, and it's basically a clear base coat. So they have this stuff, they have intercoat clear, you can use it in a number of different things, but spray all the area that you're going to put color, because wherever you blend it, if you don't have this on there, it's going to have sanding scratches in the blend. So this eliminates those scratches. So what I'm going to do to make it easier on myself is just spray the whole panel with this. You don't have to do that, but I'm just going to go ahead and spray the whole panel with it, and then that'll just eliminate, if I have to blend out further or whatever, then I don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to have the whole thing covered in this stuff, like at least one coat. All right, tack rag it again and then spray a coat of the base coat and blend the area. Sure, this is going to look in the video here, but maybe worse, maybe better. It sometimes does. It's camera picks up color different than in person. But this color and the color that they gave me are a long ways off, so I had to do a lot of stuff here off camera. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what I did, and then, I mean, is it going to look good? I mean, you're probably going to see the blend a little bit, because what I do is I'll paint this part here with your normal mix. Let's say it's 2 to 1. I'll put 2 parts paint, 1 part reducer, whatever, paint the area that I'm doing. And then what I'll do is the next, do a couple coats like that just to get it to cover. Then what I'll do is I'll take the paint and reduce it a lot more. Then I'll do a larger area. And this I had to do even, reduce it even a little bit more and take it out even further and really blend it, because the color is a lot, if you can kind of see, I don't know if you can even see, this is way more gray, that's more silver blue. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of bugs me a little bit, but I don't really have anything to fix it with, so it's just gonna have to work. It's better than a scratch. So anyway, if you can see how far I had to paint right out to here, but out here there's nothing, so I blended way out to get it to blend in. I guess it'll probably look okay, but color, as the sun hits it, the color's going to be off. You might be able to see it. The average person may not, but I sure will. But anyway, so you reduce the paint, blend it further, reduce it a little more, blend it further, so that as you paint out, it kind of blends in. What I had to do is, because I started getting dust landing in it and the silver kind of lands on itself and stuff like that, it would kind of leave some ugly spots. So what I did is I went ahead and shot this with, again, because I wasn't sure how I was going to look, you can use that inner coat clear or the clear blender and go over what's there, so you can kind of look at it, and that'll kind of give you an idea of, did I do my blend good or not. So after I was done blending it, I let that dry, and then I went ahead and tack ragged it all, got all the little dusty things off of it, and then I went ahead and shoot the clear blender on again, which is basically like clear base coat, and that'll give you an idea. You can kind of look at it and see what it's going to look like, and whether you just want to just start over again, go get more paint, you know, whatever. You can do that with that product. Like, so like right now, if I wasn't super happy with it, it might work, because I didn't paint all the way out, guys. It's not, you can see there's no paint on here, so I'm not, so it looks like it blended in decent, but it is a huge color off. You know, the mixer didn't do the mixing. So guys, you know, whenever they pour the formula into the can, it's all done by scale, and you put in so much of this, so much of that. Sometimes the guy doesn't put enough of one of the colors in, and one of the other colors really, you know how it goes. Or they put too much black in it. That's what I'm thinking they did. They went with, because silver is usually got black. I mean, I can look on the thing, there's like 10 different colors in there, and if they just put just a little tiny bit too much black in there, it'll make it less silvery looking. I don't know. And there's blue in there too, and there's you know, just a little bit bluer on the edges, but I can see it. Anyway, we're going to clear this, but not right now. I'm going to wait till the sun is over there, which will be in about the evening time. So I'll bring you guys back in. I don't know if I'll film that or not. It just, there's kind of windy right now, and it's hot, and the sun's on here. The sun being on that panel, with it being over 100 right now, is going to make it really hard for me to clear, because one part's going to dry really fast, and another part's going to dry really slow, so I'll end up with a run. It's better if I just wait. So I'll come back into this. It's all ready. I could just scuff this. I'll just do a real light scuff on here, because I've got clear on here. If you don't have clear on there, you can't sand it. Okay, it'll make a mess. So I put that clear blender on there, so now that if I need to do a little scuff on there, real light, I can do that. So that's how you do this sort of thing with that blender. The blender is an absolutely necessary product to do touch-ups, guys. It really is. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Right, I'm hoping this breaks up fine enough that it doesn't stick, because I don't feel like covering this thing right now. So anyway, we'll get on it. Well, guys, she's just about dry. Looks like we matched the orange peel pretty good. Almost exactly the same. Can't even see the repair. The blending, just doing that extra time with that clear paid off. Shooting another coat of that inner coat clear, or whatever it is, it's called blending clear. Shooting a coat of that over it, sanding it once, and then hitting it again. And thinning it down a little bit more and taking the blend out a little further. It looks like a perfect match, even though I know it isn't. Well, I can see it, but man, it's hard to see. So we take it out in the sun, we'll look at it out there. All right, you can see it, man. If you're really looking, if you knew it was there, you could see the blend, but the average person is never going to see that. No way. Looks pretty good. You can see it from right here. Like I said, it's just a little less silver, and the blending cured it enough that it doesn't stand out to me. But you can see it. It's still there. I can see it. You know. But anyway, it's just missed a little bit on the silver there, guys. They did. But that's the best we can do with what we have. Going down to the paint store and trying to get more and stuff, it's just not going to work. It's not going to, you know, it's just, you know, you're going to try 5 or 6 times before you get it. And it's just a little spot, just trying to make it look better. Anyway, that's it for that, guys. I'll talk to you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. You want to take that, look at that finish one more time. Yep. Got it over here. So you can see the blend over here. But the finish is perfect looking. All right, talk to you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.